Hello, all things Hadar, and welcome to our channel. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for stopping by, for checking us out. We hope that this reading and this channel resonates with you. And for those of you who are returning, thank you guys so much for your returning, for being a part of this channel, for supporting, yes, this channel, but also supporting just fellow Hadarians, having a place to come together where we can learn and grow. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Of course, if you are not Hadarian, or you don't know if you're Hadarian or not, you also are welcome here. Just understand these messages are coming through with Hadarians specifically in mind, but that by all means that they can resonate with others as well, just as easily. As always, guys, please hit that like, subscribe, share, and notification bell, as each and every one of those actions does help me, of course. It helps the channel in amazing ways, and it helps us to help each other. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate all of that and your support. All right, without further ado, we are going to jump in. These are the decks that I was called to bring in. Oh yeah, that's right. And actually, this one is the one that started it. And when I heard the word etheric, and then they showed me this one, and then it was like, oh, okay, so we're going with etherical messages, which is, I feel like, always true, because it's about what's in the spiritual realm coming through. But they wanted me to specifically point that out today, that today our messages are etheric messages. So it could be something about translating information for you specifically, you know, or individually, what that looks like for you. And I feel like it's coming through from Hadar, the Hadarian source of the Hadarian system, right? Spirit, source, God, universe, utmost high, ancestors, great spirit, whatever that is for you. Always, of course, that's who and what I work through. But I also fear there's an additional energy coming from the Hadarian system for today's message specifically. So without further ado, we are going to get started. All right, guys, so let's get started. We are going to jump in. All decks have been shuffled off camera, but I do like to try to do them again on camera, just so that you guys can see that they've been shuffled. Forgive me, because sometimes I may forget. All right, so utmost high, let's bring in these messages that we have for our Hadarian tribe. Sorry, thank you. Sorry, got to get some of my stuff organized so I have a little more card space available. All right. I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you to hold on for just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Had some, just, you know, got family here. And things were getting a little too loud and crazy in their good times. All right. Whew, what messages do we have for our Hadarian collective? Thank you. Very nice. Okay, right off the bat, we have celebration. We have celebration. And along with that came celestial teacher. I love this card. By the way, celebration is number 6 and celestial teacher is number 7. Okay. The interesting thing that immediately my eye was drawn to was, it's like this is the seed, this is the core, and then things began to grow around that and eventually are blooming, and the bloom, the fragrance and the bloom, the plant itself is spreading. Interestingly enough, I really feel like this is Hadar and the Hadarian system in its rebirthing process. That there is, I feel like, a milestone of some sort that has to do with, and I'm getting the word bursting forth, with the energy, the growth, and the expansion of our system. I feel like that light was kept safe for just, for a really long time. And then all that gestation and incubation period has happened, and the growth and all of that. And it's already had its first blossoming, its first blooming. I feel that actually took place a few years ago in a experience I had of some work I needed to do with the and in a cosmic galactic sense, work I had to do on the system itself, the star system, planets, suns, moons, stars of Hadar, the Hadarian system. And I feel like that was that first initial bloom, and that we have now gotten to this place in space where this is expanding now. We see that there is more expanding outward in the planting of itself, as well as its light and its energies and its frequencies. So I feel like, no wonder why it was a etheric message. Yeah. So I would say don't be surprised if some of you end up receiving some downloads over the next few days and or few weeks from whenever you view this video. It feels almost like the elders and the seers of Hadar are going to be imparting wisdom. I'm hearing wisdom, knowledge, and the new old ways being transformed into the new ways. Now, I mean, I can literally feel in my hands and my arms. Now, you can't see it, but I can feel it almost like when you tremble inside. I can feel that. And there is awakening. Awakening of ancient wisdom and knowledge to be transformed and expand. As we see here, it's coming in, and then it will expand further outward. And I just heard it in like marry the old with the new. We also see the awakening. We got the crown and the third eye. We have the throat chakra and the heart. Wow, I feel that. That's really powerful, guys. Really powerful. There's something about the temples. I'm hearing temples of truth. Things are lighting up. So I don't know if any of you saw this. If you didn't, maybe you want to go check it out. See if you can find a clip of it on YouTube, or if you have the movie, to check it out or whatever. But it makes me think of this lighting up here of these branches and these extensions, and as things continue to expand outward and grow, and the whole rippling effect, right? It makes me think of in the animated movie Atlantis, the first one, where I don't remember who it was, but somebody puts something into something else. I know it's a somethings, but they put something into something else, and immediately all of those designs, they're not hieroglyphics, but kind of like hieroglyphics, but they all start to light up. It's like they all start just going in different directions, and before you know it, the whole thing is just all lit up. And that's kind of what this is making me feel and see. That is amazing, you guys. That is really amazing. I really do feel like the Hadarian system has just broken through another stage of transformation. It's rebirthing. It is expanding, and it's picking up speed. Okay, so for those of you who wish to receive this, I'm feeling called to pause for a moment, and we're going to do a little visualization, meditation. We're going to be calling in some things and clearing out some things. If this is not what you wish to receive, that's fine. No judgment if you're not in that place, if you feel, well, I'm not Hadarian, so, whatever. No worries. You can either you can either fast forward past the visualization, or, maybe go check out one of the other videos if you feel this video is not for you. Either way, we thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of our channel. And we hope that you come back. For those of you who wish to receive this, especially if you're returning and you've done this before, you know the drill. I would suggest pausing the video, getting yourself, your atmosphere, your environment set up for you to have this time in this moment, and get yourself, do whatever it is you do for getting yourself grounded and connected. I will do that, but I'm going to be doing it very, very briefly. And whenever you're ready, you can come back and unpause the video. Please be aware that if outside noises, dogs barking, cats meowing, a siren going by, a loud motorcycle, someone knocking on the door, a delivery, phone ring, whatever it is, right? It's okay. Life has distractions, and it's part of the process of learning when it is appropriate to push those distractions aside and stay focused, and when it's not. And either way, the video will be here, right? Okay, so pause and go get yourself set up and come back whenever you are ready. For those of you who are receiving this work, thank you for your support to the collective. Thank you for the love, your Hadarian love that you've carried with you all along, whether you know it or not. We thank you for being willing to participate. We thank you for your patience. We thank you for the mighty works that you have done, are doing, and will do. So I'd like for you to take a few deep breaths here. We're going to breathe in through the nose to the count of 4. Pause for a moment and exhale out the mouth to the count of 4. We're breathing in the light of utmost high God, source, spirit, universe, whatever that is for you. And in that pause, we're exchanging and we're letting that beautiful light come in and be spread throughout every cell, every bit, every nook and cranny part of our being, our vibrations, our frequencies, and our energies. And we're exhaling out that which is no longer serving. So breathing into the count of 4 and pause. And exhale to the count of 4. Again. One more. Thank you. There will be times when I'll have periods or moments of silence, and this is just to allow energies to run. I will speak again when I am prompted. So utmost high of all that is, in the purity of the highest frequencies and calibers of divine love, light, and life. Bringing in for each of us a way to see, feel, know, experience, sense, or just understand, whatever that looks like for us, this beautiful expansion of the light of Hadar and the Hadarian system. Thank you. In all its beauty, all of its wonder, knowing we are completely and fully safe and protected by your highest frequencies, light, love, health, healing, and energy now. Thank you. Feel the expansion of our world taking place in its spot in the galaxies. Imbuing and infusing our hearts and our minds with the beautiful love and light and energy, with stability, balance, alignment, harmony, truth, accuracy, wisdom, and knowledge that is ours as Hadarians and as part of the Hadarian system now. Thank you. Immediately, gently and comfortably, but firmly, clearing out that which no longer serves or that is blocking, restricting, or limiting what is aligned for us to step into as our Hadarian selves and part of the Hadarian system in this lifetime. Thank you. If at any time you do not wish to receive something, you just state it. Nope, I don't want to receive that right now. Thank you. And then you're good to go. Utmost high of all that is, in all the purity of you, and in that purity of divine love and light, health, healing, balance, alignment, harmony, truth, accuracy, wisdom, and knowledge. We call forth the seers and the elders of Hadar and our Hadarian selves, bringing in with understanding, grace, beauty, joy, light, and love, new understanding of our ancient wisdom and knowledge, with recognition, understanding, and awareness, activating us as appropriate for each individual, adapted and adjusted for each individual, meeting them where they are, and helping to guide them and support them to go along their way to where they're meant to be. Calling forth our elders, our teachers, our guides of Hadar and our Hadarian ways. Even of ourselves, if those were our roles and our capacities in the past time, bring forward that wisdom and knowledge with balance, alignment, and harmony. Now, thank you. Helping us to be receptive for those of us who have wished to receive this, to be receptive with recognition and understanding, helping us to understand where we could use support to help us along the way and to release that which is no longer serving. With open arms, we welcome and integrate and embody these old yet new parts of ourselves. Now I would like for you to again take those cleansing breaths using your 4 counts and pause. In through the nose, pause, and out to the mouth. Coming all the way back, fully seated in your here and now, fully present, fully aware, fully grounded, and fully connected. Utmost high of all that is, make it also now. Change it. Thank you. Akashics, change it. Akashics, record it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So 24 minutes. I need to jot that down. For any of those who did not wish to receive it, then I can note that in the timestamp so they'll know when to come back in. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for participating in that. I love that. I love that for us. I love that for Hadar. I love how that can also infuse our realities, our dimensions that we are currently in, have been in, will be in, and even in our in-between spaces with this beautiful, amazing light. Thank you. All right. Where are we going from there? So I was going to pull a card from here when I felt that prompting. So let's continue. Oh, okay. Nice. So the other two that, wow, you guys. Whatever, the other two that, Manifiesta. The other two that came through with that, that were face down, and this one was face up. Okay. So the one that was face up, high heart chakra. So I would suggest, if you feel inclined and you feel this was for you, you may want to go back in, again, get yourself grounded and connected, do your breathing, and do what you feel prompted to bring in healing to your high heart and infusing your high heart with, well, yeah, clearing out whatever is causing any sort of blocks, limits, and restrictions in your high heart. And then bringing in cleaning, right? Give it a good holy water wash so that all that freed up space is in its highest possible frequency and vibration. And then you're going to want to do whatever your intentions are. I personally am feeling that there's this calling of doing this. And again, bringing in that infusion of awakening. I would, in the way I work, I personally would be saying, to ignite, activate, and expand that beautiful, beautiful inner light of your high heart chakra, making sure it is in its best possible and highest frequency that you can handle and maintain, and that you can grow and expand and ascend from that space. Bringing in that light, bringing in your Hadarian light, bringing in your light from Hadar. And I'm talking about new light, this new birth, this new life that is being breathed into and is already happening, already taking place, and already has grown, I just heard, exponentially on Hadar and in our Hadarian system. To call that in and allow that to take place in your higher heart chakra. Now again, if this doesn't resonate for you, then it's not for you. And that's nothing negative or bad about anyone in any direction, not from me saying it or from anyone who doesn't want to receive it or anyone who does receive it. To each his own, and doing what is aligned for you. Okay? If you feel the time is right, then the time is right. If you feel that the time isn't right and this isn't for you, then it's not, and that's okay. All right. And then next out was reclaim your energy, guys. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Reclaim your energy. And look at that. It's almost like you're putting on this jeweled crown of your Hadarian self, your Hadarian light, your Hadarian energies, and it just lights you up. That is incredible. Incredible. So higher heart chakra, reclaiming your energy. So again, making that part of your work if you're going to be going in and doing this. Also setting your intention that once you've done this, okay, now I'm calling in and I'm reclaiming my energy, my own energy that is healthy, put it through that spiritual car wash, right? Put it through the spiritual, wow, that is so crazy. Etherical and spiritual car wash. So I've got to pause here for just a moment. I keep wanting to say etherical and spiritual. Now, the reason I kind of chuckle about that is because I used to have somebody who has passed now, but was such a very special person in my life and just an amazing, beautiful light. And she was so many roles. She had so many roles in my life. And she was... She was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman and taught me a great deal. She was a family member, and she is of Hispanic descent. And so there were a lot of things that she would say that she would put the E in front of it before she would say it. And that is her way of letting me know she's here with me. Sorry. Thank you. That was very special for me. So thank you for bearing with me. But yes, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your light. I would also say your sparks of light and your sparks of life. Putting everything, of course, through that etherical and spiritual light car wash, so that when you bring it in, it is pure, it is clear, it is clean, it's healthy, it's balanced, it's aligned, it's harmonious, and it's just wondrous, and it's yours. It's your part of your signature. For some of you, this is like literally bringing back to you your signature, that like your energetic signature has not been its full self since the fall of Hadar. I do feel this work is really important for each of you as an individual. Yes, it is important for us as a collective. It is important for Hadar, but most importantly, it is important for you as an individual. And how and why and how can I say that? Well, think about that. Again, what we put out is the quality of what we are within. So it's always important to do our work for ourselves first and foremost, so that the quality of what we put out is at its best and highest frequencies. I hope that makes sense. Next we had stepping through. Okay, we have the hummingbird and 2 butterflies, so you may want to look up hummingbird energy. We also have hummingbirds on here. There's a lot of hearts within these bubbles. And there's the Mercuba here, but I don't know if that's the Mercuba, because there's one that looks like the Mercuba, but it's got even more points on it, and I can't remember what it's called now. You may want to look that up. But this is stepping through. I mean, again, guys, I find this really interesting because look, it's almost like a continuation. You put on that crown, right? And you allow this healing to take place, okay? You allow this connection to happen. And then you put on that crown. You watch and experience that whole lighting up. And then it's almost like your Hadarian, your galactic, your cosmic self blooms from that, and it allows you guys to come together as one. How incredible is that? Wow. This is a beautiful reading, guys. I mean, this is just a really, really beautiful reading. They're showing me this, so I'm going to bring it over here where you can see it. So I have 2 amethyst. Sorry, went blank. I have 2 amethyst hearts here, and they sit together over there, and my little seal, which is about a lot of joyfulness, playfulness. You can look up the energies for seal, and it's funny because the seal came forward on a reading I did for my other channel recently as well. So I feel like there's a lot of playfulness that would be beneficial for many at this time. But I am hearing, like, don't forget to play. to be joyful and in your love, in your loving. And if it's not bringing you joy and you're not joyful in your love and loving, then there's something that needs to be healed or released or cleared, or, you know, you get the gist. So again, you may want to look up seal energy, if that speaks to you, along with the hummingbird and the butterflies. This is just amazing. This is an amazing reading. Okay, where are we going from here? Okay. Wow. I can tell you that I'm going to be going into this more for myself, that's for sure. I'm loving this reading, and I'm loving the messages and the energies. And I mean, I can't even put into words the joy from this card, to know that the work I had done a few years past has blossomed so amazingly, and it's just mind-blowing to me. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're going to look at first what archetype would be good for us, that we are operating in, that would be good for us to let go of at this time. I'm sorry, just a moment. I have something stuck on my little frog. See, you never know what might come through. That really bothered me, and it was really drawing my attention. And then I pulled it off, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm done. And then it was like, yeah, but look at the message that we just gave you. And I was like, what? Frogs are another thing. So again, you may want to look up frog. Yes, we all know they're about transformation and metamorphosis, but they're like literally, they start out as one looking type kind of creature and move into something completely different, right? Transformation, metamorphosis. And again, they're the jumping, the fun, the play, the water. And seals are in water. And you know, most of you who know me, and when we've talked before in some group settings, are water. And were quite surprised when I came along and I'm fire. And I realized these are water animals. So that may mean something for some of you. Okay, so let's look at what archetype are some of, you know, what archetype would be good for us to let go of? What archetype would it be good for us to let go of at this time? And then we're going to look at what ones to move into. So what archetype would be good for us to let go of at this time in view of all of this? Thank you. Okay. So we have the Pioneer and the Saboteur. Let me get that lined up right so I can put it up there. The Pioneer, and the Saboteur. So how can a Pioneer be in something to let go of? Well, when there is this compulsive need to keep moving on. And I find that so fitting because, and to me, this looks like, it almost like it looks like it's supposed to be a light bulb. And then it's like, okay, but it's a light bulb sitting on the lid of a jug. And then it's like, well, wait, it's almost like the back of somebody's head. So, I mean, that's all just everything that my head went through my head. But it was like, most of us Hadarians, we're always searching for this idea of love. We're always searching for what we feel like is something that we're missing, right? And I, you know, we all most of us have even mentioned that we feel like we don't even belong here, or that we're always searching for home and things like that. And I feel like that part of that message is Hadar is always within us. That love is always within us. It doesn't matter where we are. It's always a part of us. And most of us know, you know, we're not just Hadarians, right? We've had so many lifetimes in so many different places that, you know, but I do feel like it's almost like I want this, and I want it to look like this, and I want to experience a feeling like this, and we just it pushes us into this. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that, you know what I mean? And we just keep moving on. It keeps us in this energy of, like it says, this compulsion that I have to keep moving because I have to go find it. And that's just not serving us. Now, being a pioneer in the light is when your passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Well, I don't think the rebirth of Hadar has happened before. I mean, it could be wrong. A rebirth. I'm not saying the birth of it. A rebirth. Or maybe it has. Who knows? But, yeah, I really feel like it's just this, there's this concept and this idealism of this thing. And it's like, it keeps pushing you on and forward. And maybe there's some things around that if that sounds like it resonates with you, that maybe, you know, doing some healing work around that so that you can be in this reality and do the things you came here to do with that beautiful sense of passion and wonder and joy in our here and now, while at the same time we can still enjoy our Hadarian aspects and parts of our Hadarian self, and continuing to work to heal that. I feel like, again, it's this, oh, did you see I put them, it's almost like a coming together of these two parts of ourselves and bringing them to a state of balance, alignment, and harmony. All right, and then the saboteur, obviously, you know, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. And I would say that it's probably more about the inducing self-destructive behavior, because there's this compulsion to keep moving, keep moving. I'm trying to find this thing about love, and I just need to keep moving because of breathe. It's okay. Breathe. There is healing that could take place for you around that. And if that is you, then I would suggest doing that for yourself. If you don't know how to do that for yourself, you know, find someone who, you know, does etherical, spiritual, soul work. Yes, that is what I do. But I'm not saying, you know, if you don't want to work with me, don't work with me. There's so many amazing, amazing healers out there. That there's, you know, there is someone out there, or there's a new team for you to put together out there for you to help you in this part of your journey. Okay. And then what archetypes would be good for us to step into and to utilize? Thank you. Can we get one more? Thank you. All right. All right. So the first one that we came out was, I don't even know if I'm going to say this right. Diletante. I don't know how to say that. I know what it means, but I can't spit it out. So that's just me and my pronunciation and my tongue twisting. So there's just sometimes I run across words that I can't spit. It's funny that, yeah, that my family member came in that has that, because I struggled so hard when it came to trying to speak Spanish, because there's so many words that you pronounce with the roll of the tongue, and my tongue just doesn't do that. I've tried and I tried and I tried, and my tongue just doesn't do it. Anyway, a little sidetrack there, sorry. So we have light attributes: delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So this is really interesting, because like I was just saying, we can be in the here and now and doing what our soul came here to do. And, we can do all that. And at the same time, we can embrace and love our Hadarian self. We can still be our Hadarian selves if that's a part that is speaking to you in this lifetime to come forward and be displayed. I also find it really interesting too, because, and I'll show you in just a moment, she's got 1, 2, 3, she's got 4, 5, if you look at the fact that what she's sitting on the mat and how she's sitting would imply to me like meditation, yoga, visualizing, things like that. And then behind her is a blank canvas. So to me, a blank canvas is saying it's whatever you want to put on the canvas. There is no right or wrong. It's what do you want to create? What do you want that combination to be for you? And the other part of that is, and I just had this discussion with somebody maybe a week ago. We've been trained in this reality that if somebody does more than just one focus, one thing, one niche, then they're scattered. I don't know if you really want to work with them, because they're like all over the place. And, well, if you're going to sell anything or you're going to do this or that, you need to have one thing you do. And I mean, look at her. She's got all this action and all this happening, all of this going on. And I love that, because to me, we're multifaceted people. And I simply don't agree with, well, you can only do this one thing. Because if you try to do this and this and this and this, you're spread too thin. Well, sure, that is something that can happen. But I don't feel like if you're trying to seek out a professional, or you're wanting to be a professional, whatever, I don't feel like you have to put yourself in this box of, but you can only practice one thing, because otherwise people aren't going to want to work with, it's okay. Then I guess they're not my people, because I'm multifaceted. I have many interests. And then there's things I do simply because I find joy in doing them. Like, oh my gosh, like gardening. I mean, this thing is amazing, right? I started out with 2, not kidding, about 1 inch big, maybe one was about 1.5 inches, of these plants. They're, I don't know their scientific name, but they're called Chinese coin. And I ended up with 7. I have 7 of those plants now. And I'm pretty sure 2 of them are getting ready to have babies again. So, and from that, I ended up with not only 7 of those, but I started buying a lot of plants. And then this summer I graduated and I actually planted my first very own garden. Is it something I'm doing professionally? No. It's just something I'm doing for fun. It was just fun to see that I can grow. And the interesting part about that is little by little pieces are coming back to me that I actually used to do this in another life. And for the record, there was some pretty heavy things that I went through in this life that resulted in a lot of things about me that were very natural about me. I got disconnected from, and plants was one of them. It was like no matter what I tried to buy, it would just die. Even things that were like, you don't have to do anything with it. I literally had an air fern. I don't know if you know what those are. You can look them up. I had a little tiny air fern and it died. It's like, it lives on air, guys. How did I kill an air fern? But anyway, I digress. I do really feel like honor those multifaceted parts of you, in learning to find a place and space of having balance within those many multifaceted parts of you. And I do feel there is a big part about learning to balance your beautiful, amazing, here, this reality self with your beautiful, amazing Hadarian self, and finding a way to balance the two of those. So that is in the light, and realizing that not everything you do has to be something you do professional. It can be just something you do just because it's fun. The other light attribute of that, we have healer. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Right? Wow. Passion, having passion for life, passion for healing, passion for joy. And again, I don't remember, but I think I said something about the temples in that. So, you know, maybe some of you were healers of some sort and of various kinds, and bringing forward that energy into the here and now to utilize that to help yourself first and then help others, whether it's fellow Hadarians and you want to create a niche, or you just want to help others, period. I think that's amazing and wonderful. Where are we going now, please? Okay. All right. We'll see if this is going to bring out something that is a challenge or a support in this journey. So we'll see what these cards have to say. Okay. Gosh, this is just so amazing to me. So amazing to me. Let go of non-serving resistance and stubbornness, so you are willing and open to receive. So there is stuff over here that needs to be released and let go of, so that you can bring this stuff forward. And I would also say things that need to be released from the high heart chakra. I just heard heart wall for some of you. So some of you, that's too many. Some of you have work in your heart wall that needs to be done to clear out, chip away some of that wall, so to speak. I got awaken your curiosity and allow it to take flight. Hope. Some of you feel like you've lost hope, and this is saying no. Call it in, heal it, put it through that car wash, right? We want to clear out what's getting in the way of all of that, and allow it, and allow it to expand. Obsession. And that actually makes sense to me, because I feel like a lot of us go so round and round and round with not feeling like we're not home, like we don't have a home, like we don't belong here. And that in of itself can be a very distracting thought. And for some, it's almost like it seems like that's it, you just keep going back to that. So again, yes, I do feel there's work to be done in that. Yeah, see, stuck in rumination and or repeats, it's a choice. So there is work to do around releasing, sabotaging yourself, and getting stuck in, I don't want to be here in this world. I want to go home to Hadar. And by doing that, we're getting in our own way, and we're not allowing ourselves to accomplish what our soul has sent us here to do. Yeah, and so again, I really feel there's a need to find balance. And you know, possibly by doing your work and allowing yourself to bring in this coming together, right? by allowing yourself to bring in this coming together, right? You could very well bring healing for yourself. Maybe the call of your Hadarian self calling you is to heal this you and help you to move forward by bringing balance and combining the two, so to speak, if that makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like having that balance, and I can honor this me and I can honor my Hadarian me at the same time. So I hope that makes sense. I do feel like this is where we are ending the reading, guys, and I thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to hit that like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and the notification bell. All of these do help me. They help the channel, and they help us to help each other. Until next time, guys, bye.